Ah, Connecticut. Beauty, open spaces, and lots of wonderful people. There are certainly lots of places in the nutmeg state that are really nice. In fact, most of the Northeast would be jealous of some of the best places Connecticut has to offer. While lots of places in Connecticut are truly fabulous, there's a large number of places here that outright suck. The worst parts of Connecticut. You know them when you see them. They're the parts of Connecticut where you don't want to go, if you can help it. The goal today is to highlight the places in Connecticut that are the worst of them all. How do we do it? Well, we measure the things most bad places have. You know, where people are broke, crime is sky high. We even measured the public school education levels. Let's get started.
Shall we begin?
Our first stop on our unfavorable journey through Connecticut starts in Windham. When you look at the data and talk to locals, Windham is a crummy place to live. Just about 1 in 10 residents in Windham is without a job, and income levels are in the bottom 10 as well. And for a decent job, you'd have to drive nearly an hour back and forth to Hartford every day for work. Yuck. On the bright side, since the heroin and meth use here is so high, you could probably make some extra money on the weekends. Just be sure to save some for your friends in New London. They're always ready to buy. Where's the 9th worst place to live in the entire state of Connecticut? The people in Derby won't be too happy to hear it, but it's you. Why? Lots of reasons. Derby ranks in the bottom 10 for number of people not working and school spending, and the worst 5% for crime. This old mill town has seen far better days, for sure. On the bright side, Derby High School won the 1951 Connecticut State basketball title.
Go Red Raiders!
About halfway between Hartford and New Haven is the smallest city of Meriden. Sure, this is an area rich with history, but unfortunately it's a haven for drugs and violence. Meriden ranks in the top 5% for crime, especially property crime. In fact, it sounds like if you don't lock something up at night here, it'll be gone by morning. Additional reasons Meriden's a lousy place to live: nearly 1 in 10 people is out of work, and the public school kids here learn in some of the most crowded classrooms in the state. Continuing our worst tour of Connecticut, we come to New Britain, just outside of Hartford. This place is just a mess. It ranks in the bottom 10 for income levels, people out of work, and the schools. What about the crime in hard-hitting New Britain? Well, you'd have about a
1 in 33 chance of being the victim of a violent crime if you spent a year here.
On a positive note, for entertainment options, we have to mention that there are several red box rental machines in town where you can check out all the latest movies. If you polled 100 nutmeggers, you'd probably get 98% of them to agree that New Haven should be on this list. While most Americans know New Haven as home to the prestigious Yale University, people along the coast know it for what it really is: crummy. If you like living near lots of people, then this is your place. New Haven's the second most packed place in the state. Crime is the second worst in the state too, meaning if you wear the wrong hat in the wrong neighborhood in New Haven, you're gonna get iced. So you better play it safe if you want to stay out of trouble. A majority of the population not affiliated with Yale is strapped for cash. In fact, it's the 9th poorest place in the state. But on the bright side, at least the people in New Haven make more money than the people in Hartford, so they can brag about that if they want to. We built this city, and now it sucks. Welcome to Bridgeport, the 5th worst place to live in the entire state. What makes B-Town such a lousy place to live? Well, this city does have one of the highest crime rates in the entire nation. Last year there were 19 murders here, which is really high for Connecticut. There's a decent chance if you live in Bridgeport, you're broke, out of work, or both. Other signs you're from Bridgeport: the local subway's behind glass, they lock up the tide at your Walmart, and there's a DNA test truck on your block. Hartford really isn't much better, actually. It ranks in the top 5 for unemployment rates, crime, and income levels. It's no wonder that home prices are some of the lowest in the state. Just 200 years ago, this was one of the richest cities in the nation. Now, 3 in 10 people lives in poverty, and it's one of the poorest. Hartford's called the insurance capital of the world, and you better have some quality car insurance, homeowners insurance, and life insurance if you make this place your home.
But on a positive note, Hartford was one of the only cities to have a tumbleweed sighting in the entire Northeast.
If you drove your beat-up car along I-95, eventually you'd come to New London. You just might want to keep driving. New London has the 2nd highest unemployment rate in the state. The worst part, New London's in the top 5 for crime. In fact, when you're in some parts of New London, you better watch your back, or you're gonna have a bad time. Plus, like several other cities on this list, New London's been hovering near bankruptcy for a while now. But on the bright side, New London public schools get the most money per student in the state, so that's great. If you went south from Hartford along I-84, eventually you'd come to Waterbury, and you'd be scared. Route 8 was built so people could leave Waterbury, and they'd have to leave to get a decent job. A whopping 12% of people here are out of work, which is one reason Waterbury's poverty rate is 3 times the state average. No wonder it was ranked one of the saddest cities in the nation.
Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy.
Not here. Waterbury actually ranks toward the bottom in number of sunny days in the state too. What's good about Waterbury? Well, it can't be that bad here. After all, someone's selling these attractive I Love Waterbury t-shirts online for $43.99! Holy guacamole! And where's the worst place to live in Connecticut? That would be Willimantic, hands down. This borough of Windham is the heroin capital of the state. If you're looking for unemployment, drug use, and poverty, start here. It ranks in the state's bottom 10 for income levels and home prices, and in the top 10 for home vacancies and crime. When you're in some of the worst Connecticut communities, some parts can be hard to tell apart, but you can tell who's from Willimantic though. They're the ones with the 40, a pistol, a beat-up car, and a pit bull.